Shalom, Shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother Mashayat coming at y'all with an edifying video through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. So I want to go into this article going into Hamas executes Hamas executes collaborators in Gaza as it clings to power amid fears Trump's peace deal is already at risk. And this came out yesterday. But it says, in a shocking development that threatens to unravel a fragile peace agreement in the Middle East, new video footage has emerged appearing to show Hamas militants executing several Palestinians accused of collaborating with Israel. It says the disturbing clip, which surfaced on social media, depicts a brutal public slaughter and cheers from onlookers, raising alarms that the terrorist group is desperately clinging to power despite a recently brokered truce. The video, reportedly filmed in Gaza on Monday, shows 7 men kneeling on the ground with their hands bound behind their backs, armed individuals, some wearing green headbands associated with Hamas, and with their faces covered, stand behind them. One man steps forward to denounce the captives before gunfire erupts, causing the men to collapse lifelessly. Additionally, shots are fired into the air as a nearby crowd chants Allah Akbar, God is great, and records the scene on their phones. Pools of blood spread across the ground with the gunmen looming over the bodies. The executed individuals are referred to as collaborators in the footage. Accompanying the video on social media was a pointed caption that questioned the viability of the ongoing peace efforts. Hamas takes advantage of the truce with Israel and eliminates internal opponents. Does anyone believe in this peace? This sentiment echoes growing concerns among observers that Hamas is exploiting the ceasefire to purge internal rivals and solidify its grip on the region. The footage comes at a precarious time, just days after U.S. President Donald Trump and international mediators signed a 20-point peace deal in Egypt aimed at ending over 2 years of devastating conflict in Gaza. The agreement followed Hamas' release of all 20 remaining living hostages taken during its October 7th, 2023 attack on Israel. It says a brutal assault that ignited the war, resulting in thousands of Palestinians' deaths and the displacement of millions. It says, however, the group has faced criticism for only returning the bodies of 4 out of 28 hostages who died in captivity, leaving many Israeli fake Jews and Amalekites in anguish after expecting reunions with their loved ones. Analysis fear that these executions signal Hamas's unwillingness to comply fully with the peace deal's terms, which include the demilitarization of Gaza and the establishment of a temporary transitional government composed of Palestinian technocrats to handle day-to-day affairs, effectively sidelining Hamas from power. Human rights groups have long condemned Hamas for similar public executions, with the group admitting last month to killing 3 men on similar collaboration charges. If verified, this latest incident could indicate a broader campaign of violence to maintain control, potentially dooming the truce and reigniting hostilities. And the precept that I got to go with that is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, and it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So no matter how much they want to talk about peace, President Donald Trump signing this and that, talking about peace, there ain't going to be no peace. Due to prophecy. I went on to ChatGPT and asked to go more in depth on that verse in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. And it says, that phrase, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, comes from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. It says, meaning in context, it says Paul is warning believers about the day of the Lord, the time of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua's judgment and Yahushua's return. When they say peace and safety, refers to people, especially unbelievers or the worldly, who feel secure and think everything is fine. And you see that going on with that peace agreement that Donald Trump had with the Middle East. You had people, their shoulders relaxed, that wasn't sweating with fear, that thought everything was going to be all hunky-dory. And now look at what Hamas is doing. And it's going to get worse. But it says, who feel secure and think everything is fine, that there's no danger, judgment, or consequence coming. It's a false sense of security, moral, political, or spiritual. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. It means that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's judgment will arrive unexpectedly and swiftly, catching people off guard, much like a thief in the night or birth pains that start suddenly for a pregnant woman. The deeper message, spiritual complacency, it says thinking life will always go on the same way without accountability, false assurances, believing worldly peace treaties, wealth, or comfort can prevent divine judgment, ignoring spiritual readiness, being unprepared for the return of Yahushua HaMashiach. For believers, it says, Paul contrasts this with believers in verse 4 through 6. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And the meaning, those who live in awareness, righteousness, and faith will not be caught unaware. They're children of the light, prepared for Yahushua's coming. So with that, Yasharallah, I pray our brothers and sisters were edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Shalom.